Hey party goers. Y'all, today I'm going to be talking about my IUD removal, the Paragard IUD, and I did have to get a hysteroscopy done. So 10 years ago I did get a IUD Paragard, and I did remove it myself after 3 years, and then a month later I ended up getting another one. And I had that one in for 7 years. When I got it done, I just felt like a pinch, really. It was uncomfortable. I'm not going to say like it was excruciating pain, because it wasn't. It just felt like a pinch down there. And then I was on my happy way. So I had no side effects. I know people say that they have a lot of side effects. I didn't have any side effects that I noticed at all with having the IUD Paragard. So it was, it was pretty good. I liked it. So when was it? So February, 6 months ago. So I just got engaged 6 months ago. So here is the ring, y'all. See if y'all can see it. Okay. So I got engaged, and I had a conversation with my fiance about taking out the IUD. And I told him, well, either I go get it removed, they charge $300. I'm like, or you just can take it out yourself. So it didn't take much convincing to get him to do that. So he did take it out. And oh my goodness. So here is the IUD that was taken out. There is the strings. I did try to remove it myself. I could not do it. So I asked him to do it for me. So as you see, it's supposed to have this part on this side as well. So when he pulled it out, it came out like this. Y'all, I don't know. I guess I was just so excited, about the engagement, and all this stuff. I didn't click about the tea. So I was talking to my friend, and, I sent her a picture of it, and she's like, well, where's the other piece? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's like, yeah, it's a tea. And I'm like, oh my goodness, you're right. So I started looking up stuff, and I was like, oh my God. So, I was like, okay, the other piece, I don't know where it's at. So it must have stayed inside. So, during that week, so this was on a Friday that, I had got this, my fiance removed this. So during that week, on like a Wednesday, I started bleeding black blood. And I was like, then I started freaking out, because I'm like, what is this? Because that, that to me, that's not normal, of course. And I'm like, okay, this is not good. So that happened. And so Friday I went to the emergency room, and I started explaining, about my fiance had removed my IUD, and they were like, okay, so they did me a ultrasound in the hospital. So when they did the ultrasound, they were like, oh yeah, we can see, there's a fragment stuck in your uterus. So I'm like, okay. So I end up calling around. They gave me some phone numbers to call for a specialist. So I ended up calling around, and I was like, okay, well, I'm trying to get this done ASAP. I didn't want to sit on this, So the next week I got an appointment to get it removed. So I'm like, okay, good. I'm going to get it removed. So I ended up going. It was like 3 days before the appointment. I did get the appointment on February 13th of 2003. So it was 3 days before, and they wanted me to come in to draw my blood, you know, give me all the paperwork, sign paperwork. You know, they were telling me that I had to not eat after midnight. They did give me the antiseptic to take a bath in before I went up there, because they were going to have to give me anesthesia to do the removal, you know, the surgery. So I was like, oh man. So I went in there. They gave me an injection, and then I took some pills. It was a nerve for nerves, like to kill the nerves. So they gave me that. And then when they gave me the IV and all that, y'all, I was out. I don't even remember falling asleep. I was out. So I ended up having the surgery. I woke up good. Usually when I have anesthesia, I usually throw up every time. You know, if I don't eat, I'm just like, it just makes me so sick. But you know, they put me out. I woke up. I was not throwing up. I was good. I was like, wow. I literally felt like nothing was wrong with me. You know? So, oh my goodness, I forgot a part. Y'all, I'm not doing this video over. I'm like, ugh, you know, I hate editing. Oh my goodness. Y'all, okay, so when I was in the hospital, they told me I had a fragment. So before the surgery, I did meet with my doctor. When I went in there, he was gonna give me like a vaginal, like an ultrasound. And I told him, I was like, well, you know, why do I need to do that if I already have the paperwork here from the hospital saying that I have a fragment, that something is in there? And he's like, oh yeah, okay, you know, let me see your paperwork. So he went through my paperwork. He goes, okay, don't worry about it then. I don't even have to check you, you know, if they already gave you an ultrasound there. I'm like, good, right? So he was the one that was y'all, oh my goodness, my camera, it died. I swear I cannot get a break, boy. Woo! Anyway, okay, y'all, so, when he checked me in, because he didn't check me, he just, I showed him the paperwork, and then he was like, okay, you know, I don't have to do you an ultrasound or anything since you already went to the emergency room and they said that you have a fragment in there. So then he tells me, like, are you trying to conceive? So I'm just kind of like, well, hello, you know, why would, if I wasn't, like, why would I tell my fiance to take out the IUD, you know? Common sense, right? So he started getting after me, and then he was like, well, you know, how old are you? And I was like, well, I'm 39. And he's like, well, you know, why have you waited so long to try to conceive? And I'm just like, you know, I mean, work, and you know, I have a son. I have one son, and he's gonna turn 17. So, you know, y'all, I just kind of left the whole kid thing in the back burner because, you know, when I got pregnant with my son, my boyfriend left me pregnant. So that was pretty much like a really big trauma for me. you know, being a single mother was difficult. And so I was just always scared of, you know, getting pregnant again and having, not that I, you know, I mean, I loved raising my son on my own. I loved it. I'm not going to say, you know, it was bad, but of course, you know, you always want your child to have a mother and a father to raise them. I had my parents raise me. My son's father, his parents raised him. I just thought, you know, that we would raise our son together, and it wasn't like that. So, you know, and I just always, when I just figured, you know, the next person I'm with, I want it to be, you know, a mutual agreement for us to be on the same page that, you know, the next child I would have, both parents would be in their life, you know. And y'all, and to be real, that's not reality, you know. I mean, you don't know. I mean, you could, you know, you could be with somebody for 20 years and you're not with that person and you end up having a child from them and it doesn't work out, you know. So that's just reality, you know, and I feel bad about being scared about that. I always thought I was going to have at least 4 kids. I've always loved children, you know. And now I'm kind of like, you know, in limbo because I'm just like, oh my God, you know, if I have a kid, you know, it's a lot of work. It's not easy, you know, but my fiance has no children. So I would like to experience that with him. So that's kind of like where I'm at right now. But the doctor, he did get, oh yeah, I'm rambling, but the doctor did get on top of me because he was just like, you know, you're about to be in your 40s, you know, you can have complications. He's like, but you know, I'm not going to say that because I have women come in here at 42 and they have healthy babies. So I'm not going to say that, anything's going to happen wrong to your child. Y'all, my mom got pregnant with my sister at 44, you know, and she had my sister and then she hit menopause by 46. She was done. So, 3 of my cousins, they got pregnant at 43. So, y'all, they're still popping them out. They're still popping them out. So, you know, I'm hopeful. You know, but this is all in God's hands and in God's timing, you know. So I've gotten this IUD removed 6 months ago. I have not gotten pregnant yet. So all y'all fertile myrtles, I need y'all to bring on the baby dust, please. Come on over here this way. When the doctor did my surgery, oh yeah, so when the doctor ended up doing my surgery, when I had woke up from the anesthesia, he left. I didn't see him afterwards, so I was just kind of like, okay, you know, where did he go? And the lady that came in started talking to me, and she's like, okay, well, you're done. And I'm like, okay, thanks. And she goes, yeah. And so she's on the phone, and then I hear her talking, and she's like, oh yeah, you know, he didn't find anything. And I'm just like, is she talking about me, you know? So I'm like, what? So then when she got off the phone, I was like, excuse me. And she's like, yeah. And I go, you know, I heard you say something about you didn't find anything. And she's like, yeah, you know, in your chart, you know, he says that he didn't find anything. He didn't find a fragment or anything. And I was like, what? Yeah, I'm just like, seriously? Like, I'm like, oh, like, I'm thinking to myself, like, I did this for nothing? Like, yeah, I'm telling you, I cannot catch a break here. I'm like, wow, like, what is going on? Y'all, doctors don't know everything, okay? Just let me tell you that. So she's like, yeah, let me get him on the phone for you. So then I talked to him on the phone, and he's like, hey, Flor, you know, yeah, you know, we checked, your, yeah, I just gave y'all my government name. So anyway, he's like, yeah, you know, we checked you, and he's like, I double checked you. I even had my partner come in to check you. He's like, we found nothing. And I was like, wow, you know, and he's like, I need you to come in, he's like, I need you to come in about a week and so I can speak to you and things like that. And I'm like, okay. So after that week, I did go in, and he ended up giving me all these, he gave me 4, you know, like pictures and stuff like that. And on here you can see, you know, he said that he had scraped around in the uterus, and he was like, you know, everything looks good. We didn't find anything. And he's like, and you have one of like the cleanest uterus I've seen. And, you know, to me, I'm thinking like, well, yeah, you know, I mean, I've only had one child. And actually my son was a twin. And I ended up getting sick. Thanks to my ex for cheating on me, which I didn't know, you know, that had happened at the time. So I ended up getting an infection, and when I went in, they ended up giving me, it was like a bacterial infection, and they ended up giving me medication. And when I took that medication, I started bleeding. And then when I went in, y'all, that is like a whole nother, oh man, that's like another whole story, you know. But I started, you know, and maybe I'll think about getting into that later, y'all. This is like very personal for me. And my problem is I don't like talking about my personal things, you know, that happened to me in my life. So it's like, you know, and then when I start talking about it, I start jumping all over the place. And I just start getting in detail with it. And I just don't like talking about these things, right? But yeah, I'm so sorry, y'all. Oh my goodness. I will get better about these videos. But I did I started bleeding, and when I had went to the doctor, they said that I actually had 2 sacs. So I was pregnant with twins. When I went in 2 weeks later, they only saw 1 heartbeat. So that's when they saw like, okay, you know, like that baby didn't grow, and they just said that since it was small, it was just going to dissolve in my body. So, you know, I didn't have to worry about it. So, but I still had my Dre, anyway, y'all, and he's a blessing. Y'all, that boy has changed. You know, when they tell you that, y'all want, I'm not going to say for everybody, but my son has been a big blessing in my life. You know, kids are a blessing at that. So, you know, and everybody, you know, everyone that's a mother, they know that, y'all. You know, kids just do something to y'all, to you, right? Yeah. Okay, y'all. Well, that was my IUD removal story. I hope you enjoyed it, because I did not enjoy I didn't enjoy talking about it too much. You know, y'all, y'all, 3 days ago, I had something happen to me. And, you know, so I'm just trying to get this video out there. And this is like super, yeah, it's just super difficult to talk about things that are personal about, you know, in my life. And I'm trying to get better at this. You know, I'm not good at that. I'm very quiet about things, and, you know, about personal things that I've gone through. But yeah, so 3 days ago, Me and my fiance had a date night. This was last Saturday. And 3 days ago, I had just, I just been going through a lot this week because I have my my grandparents in the hospital. So it's been very difficult. So 3 days ago, I find out that I lost my engagement ring, y'all. My $10,000 engagement ring. And I didn't even know was missing. The Uber driver, her name's Felicia. She had been contacting me for 2 days, and I thought it was, I get random numbers that call me, and if I do not know the number, I'm not gonna answer it. I thought it was just another, psycho calling me, because I have my social medias and I just have random guys calling me, so I don't answer it, and that's what I really thought, who was calling me for 2 days. And y'all, she did return my engagement ring, and I'm so grateful to her. So I am going to put the whole detailed story about what had happened, and I'm going to put this all in the description. I'm going to put a link in the description about this, and I'm going to put her Cash App on there because I just feel like she should get recognition for this good deed that she did, y'all. I still cannot wrap my mind around somebody doing something like this, because especially because, she's going through a hard time financially. So that is why I just can't believe it, y'all. I'm still like in shock, about this. So, and y'all, us women know that having just having a ring like this, y'all, I've been with my fiance for 10 years. I just got this 6 months ago. His ex made it super hard for me. So, oh my goodness, because some of y'all just ratchet and y'all do things to these men and scare their asses. And so I had to prove myself, that I was a good woman and loyal and honest. And, it took me 10 years. I mean, this is, it's not funny, but I did get it back, y'all. And I'm so grateful. And I just cannot believe it. I'm just so shocked about it. So y'all, I am going to put that in the description. I am going to have to edit this video. I didn't want to, but I'm going to have to cut some of this stuff out because, I know I was doing a lot of pausing and stuff because I'm just pausing of shockness over here. But y'all, I am going to put all the information in the description. Y'all, I do own my own business. I do custom party supplies. I am going to put that in the description as well. If you are looking for any custom party supplies, y'all can contact me. And you can watch my YouTube channel. I will be doing a lot of videos. I do have some up already, but I will be doing a lot more videos of how to create your... I'm sorry, y'all. It's been a long day. I was about to yawn. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it's been a long day. For the past 3 days, I have had this major headache just because I do not like talking about personal things. And I'm trying to figure out how to talk about this whole losing a 10,000 engagement ring story, you know, like how detailed I should get about it and how much I should keep out, because I just don't want to piss anybody off. Just things that have been going on in my life this year, and things like that. You know, it's just been really difficult, a lot of things, and yeah, I forgot where I was even at. So I will put my shop in the description. I do a lot of custom party supplies. I am going to be doing that in my channel. Doing a lot of party supplies and telling you where you can make it. Y'all, I'm getting all up in my feelings right now. That's really what's going on here. Oh my God, I cannot finish this video. Yeah.